Okay guys, so before we start the video, I get marketing, advertising opportunities all the time. Companies want to sponsor this channel. They want to, they want me to do a video about their product. I've turned every single one down until this day, okay? But short form got in contact with me. They're almost like book summaries on steroids. That'd be a great way to describe them. And I just thought this is perfect for what First Man does. It just aligns perfectly with what we promote, with self-improvement. It's time-saving. It's just something that I would use, and I would say that has real-world use. So I'm willing to promote it. So what we're gonna do, guys, is just promote it on one video every single week in February. See how we get on, and see if they want to be a part of First Man moving forward. Okay. So just some details. The way that I'm using it is I'm kind of reading up on old books to refresh myself that I read years ago. Just get a quick 20-minute summary. It's perfect for that. And secondly, books that I didn't really ever get a chance to read in the past. And with my life becoming a lot crazier, guys, I don't really have time to read anymore. It's a real shame. I've bought at least 10 books this year that have just sat on the shelf. Okay, I've ended up reading like 10 pages and then I have to shelf it. I have to go and focus on something else. I don't like doing it because books were such a big part of my life back in the day. So, I've been trying to get back into it, and short form was just perfect for that. Prime example was the book The Game. With the industry that I'm in, a lot of you guys have read The Game. I never actually read it. I didn't really ever want to read it because I don't believe in that kind of approach. But it's something that I always knew that I should read and get my head around, just so I've got that knowledge base within that sector of the industry or what's said in the book. So by using short form, I was able to do that today. I was able to just listen to the audiobook whilst working. It's a fantastic tool for me, and there's so many other books on there, for example, that I've read, like Outliers by Malcolm Gladwell, which is fantastic. Thinking Fast and Slow, which is a really difficult book to read. So by having it in a short summary, it's fantastic. You've got books on there like the Seth Godin marketing books. You got Rich Dad Poor Dad type of books. Okay, you got finance books. There's a couple of sports books on there. The categories are quite vast, to be fair. So I'm a fan, guys. As you can see, I wouldn't promote it to you guys if I didn't think it was a useful tool or something that I would do. I actually wish I came up with a company idea myself. But some of the things that's worth noting, I guess, is they have new books every single week, which is obviously very useful. There's a mobile app, there's audio for some books, but not all, but there's, a decent range. And as I said, a great range of categories and books on there. So it is worth it in my opinion. Now, they've given me a lifetime free membership, so it's different for me, guys, but I'm getting great use out of it. But the price for you guys, if you're interested, the annual price is $16.42 per month. And the monthly price is $24 per month, okay? However, if you use my link below, what you'll get is a 5-day free trial with full access of all the books on there, plus a 20% discount on the annual membership, which ends up being $12.97 per month, okay? So the same price as one book, or if we're going to look at this from a men's lifestyle perspective as, kind of my viewpoint on the world, that would almost be like just 3 pints of beer. So instead of actually going and doing something silly with your money like that and spending it on something stupid, every single morning you can make it part of your daily routine and read a book. This is exactly what I'm doing. I'm so happy because I lost that element from my life, so I can actually add that back in. Okay guys, welcome back to another video. In this video, we're going to be talking about the Average Man Fallacy. And this is something that I hear all the time on my channel and in the men's lifestyle sector, if you would. It needs to be taught in schools. It needs to be reiterated into our minds over and over, okay? It's just never going to happen. The only place you're going to learn about it is like here and other improvement channels. But a lot of people say things like this to me, okay? They'll say stuff like, but Chris, you say to have kids later on down the line when you're sorted out in life, late 30s, early 40s, whatever, but your quality of sperm is lower. You have lower chance of actually getting the woman pregnant and stuff like that. And I'm like, according to who? Oh, statistics say that the average man is like, stop talking about the average man. Or, Chris, you say when we're older, our life peaks. The male advantage starts at 30 until 50. But at the end of the day, the average guy who's in that age bracket is fat. He's got back pain. But Chris, what about the terrible back pain and losing muscle every single year afterwards and just gaining fat and not being able to stop it? And it's like, stop. Please, stop. Your entire opinion of what older man is, right? It's not an older man, it's a man in his prime, right? But your entire opinion of what that man is based on statistics. Logical fallacies is what I'd call them. The reason they're logical fallacies, and I'll explain what a logical fallacy is. If you saw a cat and it had 4 legs, and you saw a dog and it had 4 legs, and a horse and it had 4 legs, and a cow and it had 4 legs, you would go, I guess all animals have got 4 legs. Well, we know that's not true, but based on the data that you saw, you would be quite right to assume that. It's the same thing. The data that you're seeing on the average man is terrible. The average man is a bum, okay? The average man is a lazy bum with no ambition, who will never amount to anything, who would have been better off dripping down the inside of his mum's leg, okay? Waste of space, waste of time. I'm with women on that. When they say, these men are a nightmare, like my husband's lazy. I'm like, yeah, I fucking agree with you. Like, I bet he doesn't fuck you right. I bet he can't even get his dick hard anymore. You know, that's the other one guy say to me is, yeah, but when you get past a certain age, you can't even get a hard dick anymore. Like, what about these younger guys that are going to fuck girls better than you? Of course she's going to leave you. It's like, I promise you. My dad was 59 years old when he died. A year before this, he had stage 4 cancer. He had like 3 fucking girlfriends. All of them beautiful, and he was fucking them all with a catheter bag on. You know, catheter bag where you put this tube into your dick because he couldn't piss properly because he had cancer on the prostate. He was still doing it. He was still getting it done, okay? He was just folding it and still getting in there. Like, it's still doable if you're just the type of guy that has high testosterone and high energy. My uncle's like 56, 57 years old, sleeps with 20-year-old women all the time, and pretty much just blows their back out from what I hear and what he tells me. It's just, he's a nightmare, right? It depends on your lifestyle. And here's the biggest logical fallacy, okay? Getting to a certain age, and see, because here's where it's quite misleading, is you're not wrong in the sense of older guys have more ailments. Older guys have more problems. Older guys have more ED, erectile dysfunction. Older guys have back pain. Right? You're not wrong because that's the evidence that you're seeing. But the reality of it is, it's not the age that's doing it. It's the lifestyle, okay? And now, why it looks like age has done it is because time has passed, okay? So you might get back pain at like 35 years old, and your excuse is because I'm getting older. No, it's because it's not the age that's done it. It's not you've turned 35 and your body's gone time to give up. It's because for 15 years, you've done the same things day in, day out, and they have accumulated over time to give you the back pain, to change your body, to change who you are. Like, it's almost like weathering effect on rocks in a river, okay? You put a rock in a river, it's going to look pretty much the same in 2 months. You come back in 20 years' time, it's completely different. It's been almost like carved into like a smooth kind of boulder, if you would. And it looks almost man-made, right? And that's the same with blokes, is you could be drinking, smoking, eating terrible food, living a terrible lifestyle, just living like a complete bum. But at 21, you won't realise because you haven't had enough time to fuck your body up yet. But if you carry on doing that for the next 10 years and you just sit in a chair and you have bad posture and you just lazily type away every day at your desk, you go home, you have a couple beers, you got a big gut and it's weighing down on your body, don't be shocked if at 31 you go to pick something up and you go, my back's gone. And then you go to the doctor and the doctor goes, well, it's normal for guys your age. It's not normal for guys your age. It's normal for sloppy, lazy bums like you. That's what the doctor should say. Okay? You don't do enough. This has happened because of an accumulation of your lifestyle. People will say stuff like testosterone levels are lower at a certain age. It's like, no, look, guys, they do lower naturally past a certain point, but that just shouldn't be happening until you're like 40 years old. Okay? And it shouldn't even be that drastic. Put it this way, okay? Two normal guys... there's just one normal guy at 2 different stages in his life. Same guy, 21 years old, 40 years old. He's going to have more testosterone at 21 than 40 if he's living a dog shit lifestyle. That's inevitable, okay? But that same guy at 21, if he's living a dog shit lifestyle, and then at 39 years old, he's hitting the gym for the first ever time, lifting heavy weights, cleaned up his diet, he's quit alcohol, he's sleeping 8 hours per night, he's going to bed early, he's changed his whole lifestyle. He's going to feel better, look better, have higher testosterone, probably a better quality of sperm and all this shit. Okay, it's not the age, it's the lifestyle. It's just, it makes it look like age because of the accumulation of years of doing the incorrect things that then lead to these ailments, difficulties, whatever you want to call it. You know, that's how it all comes together. But I know guys that are in their 40s and 50s that are like, I was talking to one in the gym the other day, he was like, I'm 50 next year. I knew him when I was young, he's never looked better. And he said to me, he was like, I've never felt better, I've never looked better, I've got more muscle. He was like, I look 10 years younger than I did when I was like 30. He's like, I look fucking fantastic, I've just got a few more grey hairs. And it's funny because he's older and his approach on the world was, he said to me, you'll never stop looking the way you look. He was like, you're in shape and whatever. He said, you'll always look the way you look now until like 50 years old. He said, all you'll get is a few extra grey hairs. He was like, you won't even change. And that's his approach because he knows, he's lived it, he's seen it, he understands it. He was like, you're doing the right things at 29 and you have been doing them for X amount of years. You're not going to change, you're going to stay on that top level. He was like, I know that now because I'm older and I've seen what's happened. He was like, but so many guys have got to go down before they go, shit, I better do something about it to go back up. Whereas if you just stay on top of it, but the problem is there's not a lot of data on that. It's like with NoFap, the anti-masturbation thing, right? They tried to do studies where they were like, okay, let's see if porn does have an effect on the brain. Let's go and find a control group that doesn't masturbate. Good luck. There wasn't any. They literally could not find enough men for a control group that weren't masturbating or watching porn. It was impossible to find them. I get the same reminder or the same feeling with this topic. It's very hard to go and find these high-level men. It's very hard because so many guys are average bums. You know, how hard is it to find a guy who's 40 years old, who's in really good shape, who's also lived like that his entire life? It's very hard. It's very hard to find a guy in his 20s who doesn't drink alcohol. Full stop. It's very hard to do that. On a Saturday night, for years I would stay in and work on my business. It's now paid off. I would go to the gym. It's now paid off. Most of the guys my age were out every single Friday, Saturday night, getting drunk. 10, 15, 20 beers per night, chasing women, all this other shit, smoking cigarettes. Where do you think that leads? Doing drugs, lines of cocaine. I saw them do it. Where do you think that leads? You know, you get to 35 years old and it's like, oh, I've got severe depression. It's just because I've got lower testosterone. It's like, you've got to stop doing that. People are pointing fingers and blaming, and then they go to the doctor and the doctor fucking backs them up. They back them up with the data. They go, oh, well, it's very common for a guy your age. When they go, it's nothing to worry about. Performance issues are completely normal. I'm telling you guys now, not being able to get a hard dick is not fucking normal. You're watching too much porn, you're masturbating, you got the fucking death grip on your dick. Stop all that childish shit. Your testosterone's low. Your lifestyle is shocking. Your diet is that of a 12-year-old child. Ketchup and sugar and all this other shit. Sort your fucking life out and you will see everything change. The problem is there's just not enough examples. There's not enough examples of guys that are in their 30s, 40s, 50s killing it because most people are lazy fucking bums. They're out there. They probably don't live where you live. That's the thing as well. If they've got anything about them, they've probably gone somewhere real high level and they're probably operating in different crowds. They probably don't associate in the areas that you're in, okay? It's one of the reasons why. But you need to... videos like this help because they expose you to it. But try and stay away from these studies and these statistics and these pieces of data, okay, guys? Because they're completely wrong. They're based on nothing but average guys. And average guys just drag everything back down. So when they say, oh, your testosterone drops naturally, it's like... Of course it's going to say that. Because if the average guy is going out, getting drunk, you know, not really going to the gym, like only like 1 in 5 people go to the gym full stop. Most, like half of them are women, okay? And then the majority of those are really old people that have been told by their doctor to go. You know, by the time you actually break it down, you're like, there's very few able-bodied young people even just going to the gym. And then out of those people going to the gym, how many are just doing shitty cardio? Or just doing like real light weights and thinking, I don't want to get too big. How many guys are actively lifting heavy shit, doing compound lifts, eating the correct foods, taking things like creatine, actually taking care of their body, staying away from alcohol, You know, actually living a proper decent lifestyle and trying to keep their body in a decent state, balancing their hormones, taking things like ashwagandha, tonkat ali, maca, whatever, stuff that actually helps with your hormones and whatnot. Staying away from sugar, looking at natural diuretics. If you're doing all of these things, you're an outlier. You're an outlier male. That's why I say in my Male Advantage book, The Outlier Male, because you're not a statistical plot point. You're not just another number on a fucking sheet. I know this because when my dad got cancer, he was just another fucking number on a sheet. And they said to him, oh, we need to get your testosterone down. I was like, no, I've read multiple studies on this by top-level doctors, by top-level people that have looked into this. They actually believe now that men are getting like prostate cancer. It's not medical advice, but this is just what I thought. You're getting prostate cancer and stuff like that from your testosterone levels falling. Why do older men get prostate cancer? Right? It's not younger men that are getting it, it's older men. It's like a accumulation over a long period of years and your testosterone levels dropping down. When your testosterone levels are high and you've got energy and you feel youthful and whatnot, you feel good, right? Your body's in sync, your body feels great. It seems to be older men that this is happening to because it's an accumulation of things over time. Surely doesn't it make more sense to reset the body and try and put everything back to how it was when when you were youthful and how it was supposed to be? But no, they just said to my dad, no, we need to get you on these estrogen tablets. We need to lower your testosterone. My dad's testosterone, I saw it on a sheet. It was I always remember it because it was this number. It was 777 nanograms per deciliter whilst in his 50s on estrogen tablets. The man was a monster. I said to the doctor, what do you think it was when he was in his peak? He was like well over 1,000. And he was like a really aggressive beast of a man, strong as an ox. So, you know, it just goes to show, okay, once it went down to like half or whatever, and now he's dead. Right, and it doesn't have to be that contributed, but I'm just saying, you guys do not become a statistic. Do not just become another plot point on somebody's fucking graph in 20 years' time where they go, well, you see, men around this age seem to... Just don't let yourself get to that point. Take care of your body, take care of yourself, because the normal rules that apply to the average man, but the average man, fuck the average man. That's not you. That's not me. That's not why I promote on this channel. You don't subscribe to this channel to be the average man, so why are we even talking about them? Do you see what I mean, guys? We need to go above that. You can use them as a reference point to know how far you want to go so that you can stand out. That helps you. Well, the average man earns this much, I earn that much. That gives me high value. That's fine. But just saying, oh, the average man's testosterone levels are half as high by the time they get to 35. So, Chris, you say have kids, but my sperm quality is going to be low. It's like, stop penning yourself in a bracket with average bums. Stop putting yourself in that bracket with people who are just a waste of fucking space. Oh yeah, because when everybody else is out getting drunk and just having spoonfuls of fucking sugar on their cereal like little babies, right? And just living shit lives and just not taking care of themselves and not sleeping properly and masturbating to porn every fucking night like some absolute psychopath weirdo. And I'm in the gym working hard, focused on my business, doing a proper skincare routine, getting 8 hours of sleep, doing natural diuretics, neck training, submental exercises, orthotropics, chewing the gum, right? You think I'm going to look like that fucking idiot? You think just because of an age thing, I'm going to get to 30 and go, back pain, even though I've been in the gym for X amount of years, doing stretches, doing all sorts of different posture training to really take care of myself, training my glutes and hamstrings, which is the real reason for back pain, okay, if you want to know the truth. You really think I'm going to fall into the same category as that guy? How unfair would that be? It's all causality. Whatever you've been doing will result in something, okay? And because most guys just go to the pub, get a big fucking beer belly, have the skinniest legs ever, they get the back pain, they feel like shit, their cardio goes downhill, they get heart disease, etc. Oh, you're at an age now where you should probably get your prostate checked, so you should probably go for a heart exam because you're at an age now where it's very common for... I am not at an age where that's going to happen. Okay? That fat boy over there might be. I'm not going to be. He sat there eating fucking pork scratchings and downing 3 fucking pints every Wednesday while he watches EastEnders with his ugly missus and creeps upstairs to have a silent little wank with his floppy 2-inch cock. It's not me. I'm not in the same boat, okay, guys? So that average shit, forget about it. They're statistics, they're logical fallacies. You're different to that, okay, guys? Level up your minds. Forget all the data. It means fuck all.